Welcome to another episode of Game Boy Roulette, where we take a look at randomly chosen games from the Game Boy library.
Knight's Quest. Well, that's surprisingly generic. I will openly admit that I do not understand the pricing of retro games. I don't get what makes a game more or less rare, or why a major title like Mega Man 5 can be worth just as much as a random platformer like Sumo Fighter. I'm sure if I did some research I could learn, but frankly, I have enough on my plate right now, so it'll forever remain foreign to me. I bring this up because I would love to know why Knight's Quest of all games appears so high on the list of rarest, most expensive Game Boy games. There it is, right near the top, over $2,000 for a sealed copy, and even $300 for a loose one. It's beating out Pokemon, which I always assumed would be near the top due to the novelty. So what is this game that presumably was put on cartridges made of solid gold? As it turns out, the game is an RPG made by one of the bigger developers of the 90s, Taito. Taito's appeared a lot on Game Boy Roulette, almost always with a more arcadey game, like Bust-A-Move or Spanky's Quest, mainly because they were one of the best arcade developers of all time. Starting with the legend that was Space Invaders, and moving on to other influential games like Arkanoid, Bubble Bobble, and Darius, Taito was constantly releasing hit after hit during the heyday of arcades, and when home consoles came calling, Taito was ready to port their games to keep the momentum going. Which is why it's so rare to see a game like this. Not only a Taito game exclusive to handhelds, but one that doesn't have anything to do with arcade gameplay. I'm so intrigued by this little oddity of a game. Maybe that's why it's so expensive. People are just shocked to see a non-arcade Taito game. The box art is very pretty, but also utterly generic. You got a knight, you got a dragon, you got a castle back there, boom, we got us a box. That said, I love that even something this standard can still look pretty. Even the most generic Game Boy box art can still be beautiful. It's an RPG made by the masters of arcade. For the king, it's Knight's Quest. It's one of these silent title screens. Knight's Quest. Nice font, though. Really, there's sound. But there's just... Oh! Okay, so they can do music, they just didn't put it on the title screen. You can make fights go fast? I can get many monies. Alright, let's do this. I left home when I was 14 years old, dreaming of becoming a knight. I decided to go and see the king on one of the festival days, which are held once a year. Actual cutscene. Vanquish the wild king goblin who lives in a cave to the north of this castle. If you succeed, I'll allow you to serve me. I understand, sir. Given a sword, armor, and money by the king, he set off for the north cave. Wow, we are right into it. Oh, wait, is this more Zelda-like? No, maybe not. I don't have an attack button. Up to now, many knights have tried to defeat the King Goblin. Wow, the graphics are nice. Wow, just HP, our swords at level 1, our armor's at level 1, medicine, magic. Wow, very basic, and we need 9 XP. How about this? The store. Oh, you have to buy your next level armor and sword. Potion, I assume I know what that does. What's this? Star. What does Star do? This king rules over like 6 people. King told me to go north. No. I'm my own man. Oh, so it's not random encounters, I don't think. It's visible encounters. Terrorfly. I like the sprites. Excuse me? Falcon. Oh, it's birds. Okay, that makes more sense. I was looking at that saying my attack is swallow. Falcon. Hiya! I have 20 HP and 165? Oh, I'm not supposed to be here, am I? No! Ow! Oh, God. Hi, I failed. Oh, you've woken up. I'm relieved you're okay. Appreciate your concern, sir. I basically already work for the king. Is there a save function? Password system. Not too complex either. Alright, let's actually go the way we're supposed to. And fight this blanket. Green slime. You can tell it's green by the way it's not green. I wonder what each of the attacks does. What the difference is between them. Falcon. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna really quickly check what each attack does. Okay, so you only get those 4 attacks. Each monster is weak to one of the attacks. It won't tell you, you'll just have to sort of figure it out from seeing how much damage it does. This is a very stripped down RPG, but I kind of like that. I like how it's really simple. I like how it's very much the most distilled form of an RPG. It's like a beginner RPG. Reminds me a little of Great Greed in that sense. which is good because I loved that game. Let's try... that's what star is. It was a spell. We'll use the star. None of those were stars. 48? Oh my gosh. What? Why don't I just kill everything with magic? Mush, boy. Oh, I love the art. Don't have... Oh, it's one-time use. Got it. Okay. Makes sense. You know something that's really making me like this game? So many RPGs I've played on the Game Boy take a while to get going. This one, we are right into the swing of things. It took like 2 minutes to go from launching the game to encountering my first enemy. Like, it's not doing anything super new or different, but it's doing everything well enough. And I think for what is clearly trying to be a beginner RPG, that's really good. Is there an inn in town where I can rest and get my health back? Is this the inn? Yes, it is. I'm gonna look at the password and then reset the game, changing the speed of combat and see what it's like. Hello. Couldn't understand what you want. I'm gonna give you a chance. Wait. Oh, no, it saved my XP. Okay, no, we're fine. Oh, yeah, much faster. XP level went up. Heck yeah, what did that do? Oh, I'm up to 24 health. Cool. You know, it's hard to judge an RPG based on how little I play of it for Game Boy Roulette, but the first impressions of Night Quest so far are really positive. Goblin! I'm gonna have to attack from above because of the shield. Yes, I'm a genius. I don't see this as being any kind of RPG that you need to stumble over yourself to play. What I see it as is a great little example of a perfect beginner RPG on a system that would really do well with beginner RPGs. Not sure I'm going to give this a full recommend because of how simple it is, but you know what? I still like it. And I think at the very least you could check it out just to see what baby's My First RPG is like. Stab. Here's a spoiler alert. It still involves a lot of stabbing. There's something lovely about playing a game that's clearly meant for babies. Okay, that's definitely a bit unfair, but I do think that compared to all the other RPGs we've played on Game Boy Roulette, Night Quest is by far the simplest, the most geared towards kids new to the genre. But that's not a bad thing. In fact, I think it's what gives this game its appeal. There are only 4 attacks, leveling up only gives you HP while attack and defense are tied to gear, magic is purchased, all encounters are visible rather than random. Everything was made as basic and simple as you could get for an RPG. And that makes it an appealing game, if not a particularly unique one. The barrier for entry is low, the graphics are good, and the gameplay does enough to keep you invested. Now, this is going to sound weird, but I want to compare this to another lesser-known RPG, one called Pokemon. In the original Pokemon games, it only took a few minutes to go from starting the game to picking your first Pokemon and battling. That short opening made the Pokemon games appealing, and it's exactly what also makes Night Quest work. You start the game, you're talking to the king, and you're already heading into combat within a few minutes. Compare that to so many other RPGs we've played that take 10 to 15 minutes to get going, which doesn't seem like a lot, but for the Game Boy, it's an eternity. Engaging the player quickly on a handheld is the best way to keep them playing, and with the story and good graphics and cutscenes, it makes for a game I kinda want to get back to. This game may be too simple for some who are looking for a more engaging RPG, and that's fine. But for those of you who want a nice, simple, straightforward RPG, I think Night Quest is a great way to start and worth checking out. Although their choice of attack names is questionable. Guys, please, anything but swallow. And that's all for another episode of Game Boy Roulette. Make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe to follow the series as we continue to dig through the Game Boy vault. I'm Brian J, and I'll see you next time.